All right, everyone. Welcome to who said that we have to resume high trust. Remember, we started, we paused, we have to go do PCID as networking. Then, because our students are currently working in the GRC2, hands on, working with PCID access. And then now we are back to, you know, resuming where we stopped as far as high trust is concerned. And what I'm gonna do, the way I think a lot of people love the way I created the PCI DSS videos, where not too long, maximum like 20 minutes, 10, 5, 15 minutes. I think that's okay. So that's the same methods I'm gonna apply here, creating these videos. Okay. So far, we've talked on the different like three assessment method, the E1, the I1, as well as the R2, where we say the E1 is just the fundamentals, right? Just especially startup company, just to see what kind of controls they have in place. We have the I1 that is intermediary, and because high trust is transversible, meaning that you can move from E1 to I1, from I1 to R2, which R2 is the most comprehensive, all of them, right? And has a certification that lasts for 2 years. So talking about an overview of high trust E1 and I1 validated assessment workflow. First, it says that this workflows an overview of the entire assessment workflow. Sorry, I think I have the lawn guy out there actually cutting my lawn. That's why I'm getting a lot of noise. So this has over 24 phases, right? Explanation of how each phase is performed, highlight the role of each phase in it completing assessment method. So I'll put this in. Okay, right? And if we come here now, you see that we have the 24 phases where you have the answering preface. And each time you have something like this, you want to pay attention to the color codes, right? Green, talk of the access entity, that's the organization. And then blue, external accessor, and this is pink or whatever. It talks of the high trust itself. So we have three parties that are involved in achieving whatever certification or type of assessment the organization want to go with, right? And that's why they said answering pre-assessment phase, performing validation, of course, answering the pre-assessment, that's their high trust, the access entity, we have to answer those questions in their high trust MyCSF. And once they do so, then it goes through the performing validation phase, pre-QAs, imputing caps, reviewing caps, performing caps, and all of those. But what I'm going to do, I'll do my best to try to create short videos for each and every phase. That way, when you all are watching the videos, it's going to make sense. So since we're going to go over it, there's no point spending so much time here going through this particular workflow, all right? So talking about pre-assessment phase, what does it entail? The access entity create a new assessment object in MyCSF to begin the assessment process. After completing the preliminary fields, MyCSF will generate an assessment based on this input. For example, you have key fields to enter name and security, organization information, as well as assessment options. And again, when you look at the phase, you first of all answer the pre-assessment phase, you go to answering assessment, and then you go to performing validation. But talking about answering the pre-assessment phase, these are some of the things that, if an organization is working or trying, to get a certain type of certification, then this is exactly what they're going to be doing. For example, an access entity enters information such as, what's the name of your company? Do you know the name of your company, or have you forgotten? Don't be like me. At times I forget the name of my company, right? So what's the name of your company? For example, ABC Corps. What kind of security level is it? High. Organization type, that's a corporation. Assessment type, we chose comprehensive risk assessment, that's a R2, or is it E1 or is it I1? It's up to you. And that's why we talk of pre-assessment phase, right? And then that should be it. I think with that, I'm going to pause the video. That way we go, okay, no, see a continuation. And then just the diagram that I put. So complete the pre-assessment web form in MyCSF. And we said that field to complete that, for example, you have to put the scope of the assessment, the first scoring profile, right? Factors if applicable, compliance factor for authoritative sources if combined assessment is needed. Remember, We talk of different authoritative sources like NIST or ISO 27001 or any other standards, right? For example, if a combined assessment for an authoritative source is required, E1 and I1, the compliance factor must be selected in the factors page. And because we do not have that, but this is something that, again, if you have the tools, it's a matter of, user friendly, just being able to read, and you should be able to fill it out already, right? Then, for example, company-wide security risks, current profile default, compliance factor, HITRUST CFS. Then the next step, remember we said that after answering this, the next step we'll go to the workflow is how to do with performing validation. If we can just wind back and that we take a look. Do you see? So we're done with the entry pre-assessment phase. Now we are going to performing validation, and we will definitely go there and cover those steps. And I will see you people in the next video. And you guys know the traditions. As of now, each time I know our YouTube channel is rich, you guys have learned a lot. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share with your friends and your family. I will see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.